The EU is urging the Georgian government to stick to the path of democratic reform if it's to join the European Union. Several MEPs have called on the EU's foreign policy chief, Josep Borrell, to impose sanctions against the Georgian government, while Georgians have taken to the streets protesting against the so-called Agents of Foreign Influence law, which is why it's seen as a Kremlin-style legislation aimed at stifling free speech.
Georgia, after all, is a candidate country, and we hope, we expect and we call on authorities to go back to the European path and deliver on all the commitments they took upon themselves voluntarily when they applied for the candidate status for their country.
The European Commission has also condemned Tbilisi for using brutal force against opposition politicians and journalists. The position of the Georgian government, led by the Georgian Dream Party, risks setting the country backwards away from its stated ambition of EU membership. 12 member states have asked the EU to clarify whether the law will lead to the potential suspension of membership talks.
So I think it's now time for the EU to say enough of these double games. You can't be part of the accession process and at the same time introducing legislation which is completely at odds with Article 2 of the Treaty on European Union, completely at odds with the undertakings that the Georgian government has given to the European Commission.
The scenes in Tbilisi today echo those in Maidan in 2014, when Ukraine was poised to move closer to the European Union. Georgia was awarded candidate status for the EU in November last year, to much jubilant scenes. But critics say this law is straight out of the Kremlin playbook, where the government will be able to go after anyone who opposes it, including journalists, politicians or anyone advocating for civil rights. Shona Murray, Euronews, Brussels.